All right, we're ready to begin here with Coach Quinn. Let's go ahead and fire up with questions. Since I'm seeing hands from Maz and Christian, we'll start with Maz. Go ahead, and we'll go to Christian.
Hey, Coach. Let me see if I can articulate this. How different is the Storm team that played Minnesota opening night, played Minnesota second night, and then this one that you see?
Yeah, we've grown in a lot of ways, from, our offense to our defense to just learning each other, our chemistry. That was the start of a tough road trip the second time that we played them. And we learned a lot about ourselves. Like I've been saying, we've been battle tested early. And the team that, for us, I'll put an asterisk by Minnesota has also grown tremendously and have done amazing things. But for us in particular, we've really honed in on our defensive principles. I think as we settled into the season, our offense is finding some groove a little bit. And we've talked about an acceleration of the chemistry. I think our leaders have bought into that. And it's a direct reflection of how we're playing on the court.
And then rebounding, you're going to have three of the top 12 rebounders in the W. How important is that going to be? It always is important, but more especially this game.
It's going to be very important because, on both ends of the floor, Minnesota defensively presents length. They pack the paint. Their nail help is there, and they're disruptive in a lot of ways. And so I think there's some opportunistic rebounds offensively that are available to us. If I can find one of the deficiencies that Minnesota has, I think we have an ability to find some extra possessions with O boards. And then defensively, I think that's what we've been solid in is even if we're disruptive, even if we're in rotations, or if we're just solid in our schemes, we've been really, really sharp with finishing off possessions and limiting, second chance points to our opponent. So on both ends of the floor is going to be crucial.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And Christian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. How you doing? First and foremost, how's the team doing? Everything before this game coming into?
And thanks for asking. All is well. Happy Sunday.
I appreciate it. Right. Coming to this game, the team right now second in the league in points in the paint, and Mini is actually giving up the fourth most points in the paint right now. I think it's around 20 per game. The team is around 40, but also Mini's 3-point shooting. That was kind of one of the issues in the first two games. They have a bevy of 6'2" forwards. They can all hit the three, which really opens up the driving lanes for their guards. I'm just wondering, like, the two different offensive identities, yet Seattle can still hit the three. Also, through the last 8 games, the team is first in net rating at 13.8. I was just wondering how many of these things have come up in conversation heading into this game.
It's very difficult when you're in a stretch of the season where it's like game day game. And so as coaches, we're constantly thinking about that. But as we approach the game, we without much practice time and prep time, we just want to keep it simple. And a lot of that is just play within principle. We know that Minnesota can shoot the three at a high clip. And even before that, their transition offense has been top notch as well. They're generating turnovers and converting those turnovers. So we talked about the threes. Those are transition threes that we have to take care of. That's getting to McBride. That's pickup points. That is getting to feeds. The other thing is, like you're saying, they're like in the half court. So, Smith is having an excellent year this year, and their ability to play in a variety of different ways come into play. But again, with limited practice time and prep time, it's principles. Play within your principles, KYP, understand scout, and not trying to overload them with statistics, numbers, and other things. But make sure we're sharp in our discipline on both sides of the ball.
All right, I think that might be all of our questions. Oh, Percy got his hand up there late, so we'll get Percy in there, and then Maz got to follow up.
Hey there, Coach. How we doing?
Not too bad.
Hey, your core four has done so much for you guys lately. What's going on with your bench though? Is it I mean, obviously it's like maybe impossible to get everything going to like play that perfect game, but at some point in time, are you thinking you're going to need some more from your bench?
What's up with our bench? I don't know if our bench is fine. It's early. We have to find some comfort in rotations. This league is difficult in that every team presents a different matchup. And so sometimes Sammy's getting a little bit more minutes. Sometimes Jordan's getting a little bit more minutes, as with Sadie's. And just like the core four has found some rhythm and still trying to find rhythm together, it has to have that group is still trying to find rhythm as well. It's not, we don't platoon sub, but it's them trying to find rhythm with the starters and trying to find rhythm within certain time frames of the game. And being in a specific role like that is difficult. I played that role in this league, and you have to be on point all the time. And sometimes if you're not, it feels like it's your fault, but it's not. I'm continuing to encourage them, continue to empower them. They're going to be very huge with what we want to do and how we want to play for the rest of the season. So what's up with them is they're still just finding their way. They'll be okay though.
Mm-hmm. And then anything in those past 2 games against the Lynx that can help you today? Just what any like any sort of carryover?
Yeah, we can't turn the ball over 25 times and give up 30-something points from that. So we have to be very sharp with what we do offensively. Again, we're going to continue to hang our hat on the defensive end, making sure that we cover, everybody on the floor is a threat. So making sure we're sharp with those coverages. But if I could take one thing from those games is the way in which we turn the ball over was too much. And so if we limit those, and if we compete at a high level, I think we'll be in this game.
There you go. Thank you, Coach.
And Miles, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Coach. Numerically you're underneath a month, but is your install complete now? Or is it, I know it changes and you always have to kind of tweak it.
No, but I'm trying not to put without limited practice time. I'm trying to sneak it in ATO and all those things. There's so many things I want to get to and do, but I'll continue to say there's beauty and simplicity. I don't want to just try to put something in just to put it in. I want those players to hoop and play basketball with the spacing that we have and the pace and all those things that we have, the principles that we have. But as a basketball savant, right, lover of all things basketball, it's not everything is in.
Efficiency. Can NECA, can you just talk about her efficiency and Jewel as well, but how that also let me stop. Just the whole team. Your team's been efficient because I started thinking about it as well. But
yeah, we're getting there. I think what NECA presents is like those points in the paint. We missed a few chippies the other night, and I know that she kind of was on herself about that. But those are ones that she's made all season so far, and as well as Ezzy, her ability to finish around the rim with both hands, and her cutting has been really, really good. And those two in particular with our points in the paint, that helps, but also Skylar getting downhill a little bit more, Jewel getting downhill, both of them getting to the free throw line. This is a deficiency that we had last year that we're really making strides in that area, and it's because of starting with NECA.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, boss. Christian, you got one left? You got time for one quick one if you do.
Coach, I know you said the install is complete, but a 10-game start to the season, 7-3, top 5 in almost every category, whether it be offense and defense, gelling really quickly with NECA and Skylar coming over, with Jewel and Ezzy, Sammy and Jordan come off the bench, given their contribution to the team the way they are. I know you said it's still early, but considering 10 games in, could you have imagined it start being any better?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's, I'm the vision is very clear, and the aspirations are very clear. Who we have on this team, we have capable players from, like you're talking about, Sammy hitting threes to, our the starters doing their thing. We have weapons everywhere, and it's about just finding comfort that, you know, not everyone has at the moment, but we're getting there. And, you know, you saw, I'll just, yes, we can get better.
All right, thanks, Coach. See you after the game.
Thanks.